Good day, Tinkercad and Glowforge friends. Yesterday I showed you how to make this cool little top. Today I'm going to show you the ways that Tinkercad makes it even more incredible that I kind of glossed over yesterday, but let's hammer them home now. Let's start in Tinkercad, and I'm not going to mess with my current top. Instead, I'm going to do duplicate. And by choosing duplicate, that means I won't lose what I did up until this point. So if I was being real slick yesterday, we know that with the Glowforge, these cut exactly the way the profile is. So I could have done this way back in the beginning, where I just brought out another box, lifted it up 1 millimeter, stretched it just as large as the whole project. Once again, I love using these little black handles because then it only goes in the direction I care about. I'm going to use that same piece twice, so I'm going to do Control D to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it over to where I will slice this in a moment. I want to make sure they're not in the way, and right now I'm going to grab those two items and I'm going to group it. So I've got the profile that I'm going to use on the Glowforge really looking just like it does when we slice it as a SVG. Grab these two, make sure I've got all the pieces selected, and boom, I've got the same thing. Now this is what I should have showed you yesterday, and this is what's going to make today really cool. I know that my cardboard is about 4 millimeters. So I can now take that profile and I can make it 4 millimeters. So I am actually manipulating the size and shape as it will be coming out of the cardboard. How does that help us? Well, let me show you. If I take these two parts and stand them up, and I'm going to use the cool rotation handle, notice how my mouse is close to the shape and it snaps to those 22.5 degree markings. When I hit the letter D, it drops to the work plane. I'm going to take the second one, and once again, I'm going to show you how if I move way away, it goes 1 degree at a time, but if I stay close, it snaps to those exact 22.5 degree marks. Once again, I'm going to press D to drop it to the exact height. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to use the Align tool to get them so that they're centered. I'm going to scroll out so we can see the markings a little better, but I want it to be centered this way, and I want it to be centered this way. I'm going to click on either piece, switch to rotation. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and there, my friends, is the beauty of doing this in Tinkercad. I'm still going to cut these out on the Glowforge using the SVG, but now I can see how they interact with each other. To make it even more incredible, I'm going to turn on the transparent option. This would have helped me on the first one to know that I had not moved my cuts far enough. This lets me analyze that much better, and you can see that the second one I lined up pretty well. With these transparent, I'm going to take one of them and make it a different transparent color. I'm going to make it something bright so I can tell a little bit more which is which. I like that a lot, but I want to add a disc that slides onto this and then gives it a different center of gravity, so maybe it'll spin better. So watch this. I'm going to grab both pieces. I'm going to do Control D to take that set of pieces and move them aside, and I'm going to group them. What that has done is given me this exact shape here so that I can make it a hole, and then when I bring out my disc, I'm going to hold down Shift and stretch it to the size that I prefer. Switch to the top view and see how it's going to look. If I center it on that shape, I can just grab all of those pieces, and I'm going to do Align, and I want it centered in both directions. I can see that that's not large enough, so this time I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, and it stretches in every direction around its center. I think I like that much right there. I want the sides to be as round as possible. I'm going to look at it from a corner, and it's silly to have it that tall. So I'm going to shrink it down to 5 or 4, just because that's how the cardboard will look. And now when I do group, it will cut out that exact hole in the center of my new little disc. To see how it'll look when it's a top, I can go back to the real part. I can select it, align, align, and then I can lift this new piece up and set it where it's going to be. That'll be my new top that may spin a little better because it's got a different center of gravity. This is the fun part where you get to cut and test it, but even before I do that, I am going to, just for fun, spin it around and take a look at it from all sides, see if I'm going to like this new version. And I think it's got a lot of potential. So now I'm going to lay down all my parts for printing. Once again, D is drop, and it lays it down on the work plane. I'm going to separate these two parts, do the rotate so it's flat, because if I sent that SVG in that angle, I'd have to change it in the Glowforge. Once again, staying close uses those tick marks, which makes it so easy. D for drop. And then last but not least, rotate this one as well. Snap, snap. And D for drop. I'm going to arrange them so they're out of each other's way. So all I've really changed is this disc right here. These two stayed the same. So I'm going to just choose export. I only want the selected shape, and I'm going to do the SVG option. I'm going to drop it in my Glowforge folder, and this will be disc for the cardboard top. And it's time to bring it into the Glowforge app. I'm going to open my old top. Simply choose that add new artwork. Grab that new disc. Put it somewhere on my little sheet of cardboard. I'm going to set its settings to that same 250 94mm one that I have set up. And I'm going to set the other two to ignore this time, because I don't need to cut them again. And I need to select my material quick. I am using my own uncertified material, so I just enter my 4mm, submit it, and I'm good to go. Everybody loves the magic button. Alright, so for once, that was even too fast for time lapse. But let's see what we got. So here is the new cutout. Here is our previous design. As with any laser cut item, it is so precise it fits on. And let's see if it spins better. Voila! We've got a top. Oh my goodness. So a little bit of hot glue and maybe a little hot glue in here so that we add a little strength. And we are making cardboard tops. I did not see that coming. I thought this was just going to be a trial, and then you guys were going to be the ones finding the successful way. But oh my gosh, it works. Oh. So friends, thanks for watching. If you found this useful, please hammer that like button. If you got a question, comment, suggestion, or if you're successful, please add a comment below. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Mash that subscribe button, and last but not least, hit the notification bell so you can be the first to know when there's another brand new project from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Boy.